So we just installed the Syzzor Loft that we bought on Amazon, and it says it's rated for 700 pounds. So we put a chop saw in here, table saw, probably got like 80 pounds of tile in the back there, and a swamp cooler that's probably only like 20 pounds. And the 18-volt drill that we had, rigid drill, did not have the torque to lift it, so we are having to manually operate it. It took us about 4 hours to install and put everything together, measure it out with the ceiling and everything. So I would plan on at least that much. You need to have strong shoulders to be able to lift everything up onto the ceiling and drill into the studs. It's actually quite a bit of work. Installation by a strong, healthy crew would probably be advised, but it was possible with just the two of us. They do require quite a lot of tools. We did use a laser to make sure that we could fit the everything on to the ceiling and clear, you know, the bikes and the garage door opener and everything. So if you got a lot of weight and not a very strong drill, you might need to do it manually, and it seems to be working. There's a little bow in the platform that we noticed once we started loading it up, and we actually we actually put some of the cardboard that it came in on the bottom, because the feet of the saw was like going straight through the holes and not letting it move around very easily. I'm sure they left the holes for light to pass through so it doesn't block your light like it is for us, but we have the garage door opener light and everything, so easier to put everything on there with the cardboard. And there you go, that's how you lift the Syzzor lift manually with weight.
Here, we're gonna let our female homeowner try to finish raising our newly installed storage that we installed this morning. Let's see how the workout goes.
Well, I can't keep going because my elbow doesn't go high enough.
Oh. Perhaps they could come out with the raising and lowering pole that's for people under 6 feet tall.
Well, so if our ceiling is 12 feet and you're under 6 feet tall, might be hard to manually operate this lift. Especially if you're an old lady. You're thinking that you're gonna get this safe tiny ladder. It's gonna be really slow.
It actually goes up about a half an inch at a time.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I would just get a more powerful mixing drill. Do you have any recommendations for mixing drills, Mr. Pilesetter?
Well, I think you'd probably use a 1/2-inch chuck mixing drill, whether it be made by Makita, DeWalt, or someone, and use that 5 inches or so until you're at the light bulbs.
Oh, that's right, you got the light bulb.
Now we got a Makita mixing drill. See if we can raise this Syzzor lift. Nice. Whoa!
It's always interesting.
Something on this side. hang on. The bike is caught on it.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be causing a lot of problems.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's
So here's the scissor lift after about a month of being mounted in the garage. It has not fallen down. This is great news for my car. When we first installed, we had some issues with it kind of like clanking and like dropping a little bit. And what we had found out was that one of the little arms here up here had actually not been, like the teeth had not been rotated well enough to sit in the channels there, so it had like actually half fallen out, but the whole thing didn't drop, which is great. It's like high quality, I guess, so high quality enough that just one side of the bar was enough to kind of hold the weight long enough for us to get back, or like lower the rack down, unload everything, get the teeth of the little T-bar back onto the rails and back up and solid again. Balancing this tray is probably very important. We don't have it quite balanced as far as weight goes, so you can kind of see that it's like a little bit skewed. Like it kind of sags down in that back right corner a little bit. And I think the issue when it's not balanced is that these cables don't really wind up really nicely. Like you can see the side is all bunched up on one side of this spool versus on the other side. It's a lot more even, and that's probably what causes some of that tipping in the tray as well. For us it was I guess like even enough that we were comfortable just leaving it like that, but I think if you're a little bit more of a worrywart, then you may want to just balance your weight out a little bit better. We have a lot of like weird objects on here that have unevenly distributed weight, so like the chop saw, one side, the side with the motor is a lot heavier than the other side, and then like bed frames and stuff like that are not very evenly weight distributed, so we just kind of left it with the best we could do. But yeah, overall pretty good reviews. It's solid. You can raise and lower it with the weight on there, and you're not, it doesn't feel like you're lifting that amount of weight. But if you have, you know, probably more than, you know, 100 to 200 pounds, it will be too much for a regular battery driven drill to raise the lift for you. You may have to do it manually. And if your ceiling is, you know, over 10 feet tall and you are under 5 feet, or if you're like 5'5", 5'2", you may need to stand on a stool to crank the manual handle because it's too short to get your elbow up and over that bar. But overall, I think pretty good investment. And we'll see how it compares to the motorized one.